Hey y'all, it's Amber. So this is going to be my very first customer service video. I wanted to make a bunch of customer service videos that I hope everyone will enjoy. I know that this stuff, because I've worked since I was 16 in customer service, that it is interesting to talk and hear about this stuff. You know, it's nice to know that there are people out there who have to deal with the same stuff that I have to deal with, or that I've had to deal with. If you don't like these videos, then you can watch my beauty videos or my DIY videos. But for anybody who does want to hear about my customer service situations or times that I've had, then stay tuned. So let's get started. So this video in particular is going to be about my situation with our landlord and the house that we live in currently, which is a rental home that we pay $1,000 a month for. So when we first moved in, everything was fine. I mean, we put down so many deposits and everything. I mean, it was beautiful. I've never lived in a house in general. Everything I've always lived in a duplex. So it was nice that I could actually move into a house, especially a 2-story house, and actually enjoy it. I have a backyard for miles, and I've got 2 pit bulls, so that's exciting. You know, they're my babies. Okay. So everything was fine. Whenever we first moved in, we had them out here to do like spray for bugs and stuff, pre-spray for bugs, because we were starting to see some stuff. They had said that nobody had lived here in like years, like 8 years, and they had put new carpet in. Well, one of the other things we had them is we were doing laundry, and we have 2 living rooms. My mother-in-law and her fiance, in their living room, they have a closet. In our living room, we do not have a closet. We were doing laundry, and she was getting ready for work. She went into her closet to get her jacket out of there, and she started screaming and crying. We went over there to look, and her whole closet was flooded. All of her pictures and clothes and everything she had in there were ruined. Now, by pictures, I mean pictures that she's had since she was little. Documents, important papers, so that was horrible for her. I think she had some books and stuff in there that were also, you know, important that had gotten ruined. So I called them and had them come out and put carpet in there, you know, get it all cleaned up. Obviously they can't help us with the pictures and stuff that got ruined, but we set them out and let them dry and then try to deodorize them. The washer, how it is that we have a house that we have to use gas. So inside of our hot water heater room closet area, we've got the gas thing, we've got the hot water heater and the air conditioner thing, and they're all kind of like connected. They're sitting on a wood plank, like the bottom of the thing is wood, and then there's the closet, the bottom of the closet. Well, there's a pipe in there. It's just a free pipe that you can see down in there, and whenever the washer's going, it drains through that pipe into the ground, but since it's open, we can see the water go down. Well, we started doing laundry, and the water started coming up and over flooding the whole thing. So we'd have to get covers and stuff and put them around the pipe so that, you know, it wouldn't get any worse. Well, since the hot water heater, the gas, whatever that thing is, the gas container thing, whatever, and the air conditioner or heater are all sitting on this, you know, wood. And when, you know, whenever wood or plaster, whatever it is the walls are made out of, get wet, they're going to cave in and mold all down there. So we were having that problem. So I tell them they come out and they, you know, do what they can to fix it. Well, in Texas, if it says in your lease that they have to come fix problems when they happen, then they have to come do it. It's the law. If it says that they don't do minor things, you know, foundation and leaking and flooding and all that, that's not simple little maintenance problems. Those are very important, very dangerous, you know, situations. I'm not sure how it works with the gas and the all the other stuff, but it's very dangerous for water to get anywhere, especially with electricity. You know, we're the new age. You got electricity everywhere, so it's not good for water to be everywhere. I've been on my own since I was 16. I've lived with my fiance Sean, and it's been 7-8 years now. And so I've been in the game, you know, I've been out there. I know how it works, you know, I know all the rules and the laws and everything that I possibly can, because, you know, if I don't research and know that stuff, then I can get screwed over, and I don't want to do that, and I don't want to screw anybody else over. So all this stuff is happening, and that was for the first couple of months. Everything was fine. Okay, so we lived here for a year and 7-8 months, whatever. In September of 2015, all right, September, or no, yeah, September, okay, yeah, September of 2015, we had been seeing some foundation problems. Like when you go out into my backyard, which I said was really big, the house and the yard are separated from each other because of the foundation. There's a big ass gap between the ground and my house. That's just, it scares the crap out of me. And I mean, it goes on, like it's long and huge and scary. Another thing that's happening, all of the ceilings and walls and everything, they're separating because of the foundation. Our closets are breaking. All of our closets are breaking. Like my brother in his room, he's got 2 closets and the poles are just breaking. Our doors are not opening and closing because the foundation, whenever it like shrinks and opens up the foundation, so the walls and stuff, and it makes it harder to open and close the doors. Sorry, I drank Dr. Pepper, so I'm like making these weird noises in here like it's bubbling. It's freaking me out. I'm not burping or nothing, so just let y'all know that when you hear funny noises like I'm making frog noises. Okay, so anyways, all this stuff is happening, and I mean, I'm paying them $1,000 in rent, so I'm thinking, you know, they need to get out here and they need to fix this stuff. I've given them plenty enough money and plenty enough time to come do it. Well, they told us that we had to make our complaints online on our online renters portal. So we go on there, and I made them from October every month, and a couple of times, sometimes a month, I wrote them on there telling them I need somebody out here. I need somebody out here. Okay, so 2 months ago, I was in the living room and I started my new job at Rainbow, not the Rainbow Lounge, it's a Rainbow clothing store. So I started my new job and I was underneath the ceiling fan on the ground petting my dog, playing around with him. All of a sudden I hear a loud pop, pop, bam, and there comes a ceiling fan. It falls from the ceiling and it was this close from hitting my head. And I'm like, okay, I'm being dramatic. It was a lot farther than that. The only reason why it didn't come down and knock my ass out was because there was a wire connecting it from the ceiling to, you know, the ceiling fan. So if that wire had not been there, then I would have been knocked out. And since I was the only one home, I would have been knocked out and bleeding, and something bad could have happened. So I'm not about that. You know, I'm pretty, you know, I could handle myself, but in a situation like that, you know, what can I do? So as my phone was far away and there's nobody home to scream and be like, hey, I'm hurt, you know, so it scared me. So I went on there and I messaged him again and I'm like, hey, come out. Well, nothing happened. A couple weeks later, my mother-in-law was off. She's a nurse, so she's off she's only off sometimes, and she works at the night from 6 to 10 at night to 6 in the morning, so her schedule's kind of off to mine. And because I'm a early bird, so one of the nights that she was off, she's doing laundry, and my studio was in the garage. And she comes in there and she's like, hey, can you go online and look and see if they read our complaints? Because we need them out there. We can't do laundry because if we do laundry, it floods. And if we do want to do laundry, we've got to wrap covers around this, like ghetto as crap we got to do to this stuff to make it work so that our house isn't, you know, something bad's not going to happen. Protecting ourselves. So I go online to look at the portal to see, you know, did these people read it? Is my landlord reading what I'm writing, trying to get across to them? Because I need them out here. I'm paying them money. I need them out here. So go in there and look. These people opened up my complaints, read them, and then closed the case. Still no contact. So I wrote her on an email, whatever her name is, because I'm not going to tell y'all. Sorry, I can't do that. So I wrote her on Yahoo email, and I said, hey, blah, blah, blah. You know, this is Amber from blah, 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 Moorview Avenue. And I have been trying to get a hold of y'all. You're not answering my phone. When I call y'all, your phone calls, you're not replying back to my messages. I'm not going to pay y'all rent, so y'all come out here and fix this stuff. I'm not paying rent anymore. And that's really, you have to send a certified letter, but in my situation, they're going to want their rent, and if they want to evict us, that's fine. So I didn't pay rent. The next month comes, still no contact from them. I send her another message. She sends me a letter in the mail saying that we're getting evicted, and we were supposed to be out the day before we even got the mail. Does that make any sense to you? So I call them and I'm like, hey, da 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 da, you know, I'm pissed off. I'm so pissed off. And she's like, the girl that answered the phone, so secretary, I guess, she's like, well, did you go report it to the portal? Because I'm pretty sure that's how you're supposed to do it. We can't take any complaints over the phone. You got to go online, sign into your account, and, you know, da-da-da-da-da. And you can tell she's young or she's just ditzy. And the fact that I have already done it now for 6-7 months, I'm irritated and I'm ready to punch somebody. So I calmly tell her, Miss Lady, I've already done that. Okay, so let's move on. You have not read it, so that shows that they're not being good business. And I mean, this is not a regular landlord. This is a company that the landlord or the owner of this house that we're renting had hired to deal with all of the people, that the renters that they're renting out to. And they're located in Dallas, these people I'm dealing with. So it's not like I can drive over there and knock on the door and be like, hey, da 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 da. You know, I gotta be like, ring, ring, ring. And if you know, as anybody else should know, it is hard as hell sometimes to get a hold of an actual CSR, customer service representative. You're always either stuck talking to machines, recordings, etc., answering machines. I don't like that. I want to talk to a person, a real person that cares and knows how to help somebody, because I'm not going to just sit here and it's just confusing. Anyway, she writes me back and she's like, okay, well, we'll get somebody out there. So the maintenance man calls, and I mean, for a whole week, 2 weeks, we're like doing musical chairs on the phone trying to get a hold of each other, because I have a job. And I told them over one phone call that I had actually talked to him. I told him, I have a job, you know, I work. So whenever I call you, I'm going to tell you on your messages when I work and when I don't work. That is whenever you need to contact me back. Okay, I'm sorry that this is an inconvenience for you, but, you know, I have an actual life, okay? So if I tell you that I'm working, then you need to get around that schedule and you need to find a way to contact me, because you're the customer service representative. Like, you're the person that's supposed to be helping me. I'm not helping you. So, da-da-da, I give him my hours. Finally, I get a hold of him and we plan for him to come out on Friday, because I was off Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. My manager kindly let me off for those days so that I could take care of all of this. He shows up on Thursday while I'm gone with my mom, and my fiance is like, hey, you know, my girlfriend's not here right now. My fiance is not here. I cannot let you in. And he's like, okay, so he leaves. They're both phone fucking me. I'm like, okay, look, dude, I told you Friday. We agreed to Friday. Why are you at my house on Thursday? Well, I was in the neighborhood. You're in the neighborhood. I'm not home. I'm at work. I'm with my mom. Like, what, you know, like, I'm trying to, people, you know. So so he sets up for him to come out and a plumber. He gets to my house. He does what he's supposed to do. I mean, he sees the foundation and he freaks out because it is a problem, right? The plumber comes out and snakes the house, and I mean, he snakes it all the way to the street, and he tells us how to fix it if something else happens. But basically, we're moving. We're not going to stay here and do this. And it's frustrating because I'm not going to get my deposit back. They're not going to give me my deposit. If you've seen what had happened to this house since we moved in because of the foundation, they could easily argue that that's our fault, even though there's no possible way that it is. Like, for instance, the broken closets or the washer machine pipe things. Even though the foundation hurt it and the flooding and stuff, we will get blamed for it still, is what I'm thinking. And even if I do talk to them, they're going to blame it on the dogs, or they're going to... Either way it goes, we just want to cut ties with these people and move out and not pay $1,000 in rent anymore. So, this is just a little situation that I've dealt with my landlord, and I hope y'all like this video. I'm going to be making a couple more customer service videos, and if you like this video, press the like button, share it on your Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat. Amber Petty Beauty is my name, and on here, and yeah, so if you like it, just, you know, watch it over and over and over again. And you can see my NYX lip color swatch and review down on my video list. And yeah, so I hope y'all like this video. Have a great night, and I will see you in my next video.